Right now, we've got alert days in the forecast with plenty of snowfall forthcoming. Alex Harrington has details. Also, how close are we to Lake Mendota being frozen and safe to explore by foot? Braden Ross finds out. And later, how musicians came together to raise money for epilepsy research. That's all coming up at 10. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Here's a live shot at the Beltline between Fish Hatch and Verona Road. It doesn't look too slippery at the moment, but that's set to change. We could see some heavy snowfall for the start of early next week. That could pose some problems out on the road. An alert day is in the first one forecast. Let's send it over to meteorologist Alex Harrington for your first one forecast. Alex.
Yeah, Jalen, indeed. Alert days for Tuesday and Tuesday evening will very likely verify. It was a week ago, actually. You and I were talking about this very storm, and it is just about here, about 48 hours away, folks. Let's take a look at what we're up against here. Alert day conditions expected for all of southern Wisconsin. You'll note a difference here. That heavier snow we were saying would be south and east of Madison. Now it looks as though areas along the Wisconsin River, U.S. Highway 151, and points to the south and then east could see the heavier snow. Confidence that a northward drift, a northward change in the track is bringing these snowfall totals up a bit for Tuesday and Tuesday night. This is what we're up against here. We've moved the 3 to 6 inch band possibility up to the Wisconsin River, U.S. Highway 151, and points to the south, maybe upwards of 6 inches down towards Janesville. We've pushed that 1 to 3 inch amount way off to the northwest, and there are some indications with our nighttime weather models coming in that we could be seeing a northward expansion further of the heavier snow totals. So definitely be tuning in tomorrow morning with Jacob. I'll be here tomorrow night to give you the latest on these snowfall tracks here, folks. So again, this is the time to start to think about preparing. We haven't had a lot of winter weather. Have that shovel, the kitty litter, have some extra food, blanket in your car. You got to start thinking about these things ahead of the storm system here, and we're first to warn you on that. So I even got to do it myself, to be perfectly honest. Out there right now, not a whole lot, maybe a flurry or two overnight. Not expecting much in the way of any snow accumulation tonight, but a slick spot or two is not out of the possibility. Following this weather system, the temperatures are going to take a tumble. That is going to be something that we'll be talking about later next week. And to get ahead of all of this, we want to see your weather photos so we can show you what's going on outside. Channel3000.com/weather. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to break down the impacts of that potential winter storm.
All right, Alex, sounds good. We're also expecting temperatures to cool down after the storm Alex was just talking about. But does that mean our lakes might finally freeze over? Our Braden Ross caught up with Clean Lakes Alliance this morning to get the answer.
Typically by early January, you can take a walk on frozen Lake Mendota without even worrying about falling through the ice. But right now, well, I wouldn't test it.
They're going to get frozen soon. You know, the cold temperatures are coming up this week.
Ice fishing, snowshoeing, skating, all your favorite frozen lake activities will have to wait. Right now, the only guys out on Mendota have feathers. Lake Mendota is actually one of the most studied lakes in the world. The University of Wisconsin has been tracking freeze and thaw dates for almost 200 years. But how do they decide when it's officially frozen?
Before satellites and TVs and all those type of things, you would actually go to Bascom Hill, really high point on Lake Mendota. You go to Maple Bluff, a really high point. And if you couldn't row a boat from one end to the other with a case of beer, then it's frozen.
It's anybody's guess when that will happen each year. In fact, if you guess right, you could be rewarded.
You can just Google Mendota Freeze or go to Clean Lakes Alliance and guess. If you guess correctly, you get a $1,000 gift card from Land's End, so you can suit up like my stuff here and stay warm. Here
are some stats to help you out with your guesses. The earliest freeze date ever recorded, well, that was all the way back in 1880 on November 23rd. The latest freeze date ever, that was in 1932 on January 30th.
Last year, they froze on, December 25th, Christmas. It was a great Christmas present to all of us.
But have no fear, Executive Director of Clean Lakes Alliance, James Ty, is confident the lake will be frozen soon. It has to be. In just under a month, he and his team will pack the lake for the annual Frozen Assets Festival.
Skating on the lake, kites on the lake, and of course the Frozen 5K, the only run walk completely on ice in the entire world.
But whether it's iced over for Thanksgiving or after the new year, Ty says you should get out and enjoy the frozen lakes whenever you can. Reporting on Lake Mendota, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
We consulted with the First One Weather team for their guess at the freeze date. They say temperatures for the next 2 weeks will likely be below to much below normal, so the chances that our lakes will be frozen soon are looking pretty good. The Dane County Sheriff's Office has shared some guidelines with regards to going out on the lake ice this season. Among them, make sure someone you know knows where you will be and when you plan to return. Do not go out alone. Check the ice around you before you step, even if you see other people further out. Assume the ice is unsafe until you have checked it yourself. Most importantly, if in doubt, just don't go out. And stay up to date with all the weather conditions with our First One weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app. Just search WISC weather. Next tonight at 10, the Iowa County Sheriff's Office responded this morning to a head-on collision on County Highway K. It happened around 10 o'clock this morning. The Sheriff's Office says a car was traveling northbound and lost control on the snow and ice-covered road as it rounded this curve you see here. That's when it collided with an oncoming car in the southbound lane. 4 adults were injured. They were each transported to Madison Hospital with various injuries. Speed and alcohol do not appear to be contributing factors to the crash. Recent snowfalls is not the only thing that has caused drivers in Madison to plan ahead. Beginning last night and expected to last until late tomorrow night, East Wilson Street has been fully closed off to traffic for a crane setup. A Metro bus stop has also been affected. A detour route has been signed to direct the westbound East Wilson Street drivers to East King Street and South Pinckney Street. Today marks 3 years since hundreds of people attacked the U.S. Capitol to stop the certification of Joe Biden's presidential victory. And on Saturday, the Justice Department released dramatic new video from outside the House chamber on the day of the attack. 2 Republican congressmen, Representative Troy Nehls of Texas and then Representative Markwayne Mullin of Oklahoma, are seen talking to the rioters through a shattered glass doorway. The rioters are heard shouting out at the congressmen, some yelling at them, "This is our house." Meantime, Nehls can be heard telling the rioters he is ashamed of their behavior, that he served in law enforcement for 30 years and never saw people act this way before. The video was shot by Damon Beckley. A court found him guilty of obstructing the Electoral College certification and civil disorder. He will face sentencing next month. Alaska Airlines is temporarily grounding dozens of planes after a frightening incident Friday night. A sealed door on a jet blew out mid-flight. Bradley Blackburn has the pictures and reaction from passengers.
As an Alaska Airlines jet flew from Portland, Oregon to Ontario, California Friday night, passengers said there was a loud bang in the cabin shortly after takeoff as a gaping hole opened to the air outside. Oxygen masks deployed as the cabin depressurized.
Yes, we are emergency. We are depressurized. We do need to return back to. We have 177 passengers.
They said there was a kid in that row who his shirt was sucked off him and out of the plane, and his mother was holding on to him to make sure he didn't go with it.
The 737 MAX 9 returned to Portland and made an emergency landing safely. Officials say the Portland Fire Department responded to assess and treat minor injuries. Back on the ground, passengers described what they saw.
I looked to my left and there's this huge chunk, part of the airplane just like missing.
I felt the wind come forward and then it came back. It hit me in the face.
In a statement, Alaska Airlines president said, "We have decided to take the precautionary step of temporarily grounding our fleet of 65 Boeing 737-9 aircraft. We are working with Boeing and regulators to understand what occurred." The jet was delivered to the airline just months ago. Boeing says it is aware of the incident and has a team to support an investigation by the FAA and the NTSB. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Alaska Airlines says it expects inspections on its planes will be completed in the next few days, and passengers whose travel plans could be disrupted are being notified. Turning to the Israel-Hamas conflict, Israeli tanks fired into Gaza from southern Israel today as the war against Hamas rages on in the Palestinian enclave. Meanwhile, top U.S. and EU diplomats have visited the region to seek ways to halt spillover from the conflict. The offensive aimed at wiping out Hamas, the Islamist movement that rules Gaza, has so far killed over 22,000 people, Palestinian health officials say, and has devastated the densely populated enclave of 2.3 million people. At least 122 Palestinians have been killed and 256 others injured in Gaza in the past 24 hours alone, they said. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, it may be winter, but there's still a farmer's market going on. We'll tell you all about it. Plus, a local blood drive had Madisonians rolling up their sleeves to donate. We'll tell you more after the break.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th.
A concert experience you won't want to miss. It's the Commodores. Performing live Saturday, February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. 70 million albums sold, 7 #1 hits. The Grammy Award-winning Commodores. February 17th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Hello, everyone. I'm giving this lamp away. I'm interested. Great. When can you pick it up? Hello?
I'm interested.
Can you pick it up today? Why did you message me? I'd be interested. Are you, though? Yeah. You bring lamp to me.
Save yourself the hassle of selling stuff online and donate it to the Salvation Army instead. Now accepting donations at our new Madison location, opening this February.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th.
Monday at 6, to tip or not to tip. If you're unsure, you're not alone. I'm talking with people on State Street to see if tipping has gone too far.
I think it has gotten a little bit out of hand.
Plus, find out why one local business has tossed out tipping altogether. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Although the season of giving is behind us, Madisonians are rolling up their sleeves to give back. From 1 to 4 at Madison Northside Community Blood Drive Impact with Impact Life. Impact Life is a provider of blood to more than 125 hospitals in Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and Wisconsin. It is also the exclusive provider to SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital and Stoughton Health. Impact Life is looking for all blood types, especially type O. Although the need for blood is constant, the supply isn't.
Other people out there are going to need something that I have quantities of. And it's really easy to do.
Donors receive their choice of gift card, bonus points, or donation to plant a tree. For more information, please contact Impact Life Madison at 800-747-5401 or visit the website at the bottom of your screen. If the farmers market is your thing, then you definitely don't want to miss out on the Madison Late Winter Market starting today at the Garver Feed Mill from 8 until noon. The market will run every Saturday until April 6th. There will be winter vegetables as well as an array of fruits, cheeses, meat, honey, and baked items. Tonight at 10, you're hearing it right now tonight at 10. And again, for more information, you can find it on our website at channel3000.com.
I'm glad Garver opens up the market to us. We're really fortunate to have this.
The market again is at the Garver Feed Mill at 3241 Garver Green in Madison. For more information, again, head to our website at channel3000.com. Tonight, a battle of bands was stacked with rock stars from the prolific 90s grunge scene and beyond, and they came together at the Sylvie to raise money for epilepsy research. This is a yearly celebration called Joey's Song, honoring the life of Joey Gamal, who died when he was just 4 years old from a rare form of epilepsy called Dravet. Joey's father, Mike, started the event back in 2010. after his son's passing and has helped raise nearly $1 million since. This year's members of Garbage, the Belly Portugal, The Man, Fountains of Wayne, Big Star, Letters to Cleo, The Posies, and many more, including Butch Vig, took to the stage for a sold-out show.
They're donating their time to do it so that somebody else has a fighting chance. And so that's what I'm talking about, so that a parent that's getting the diagnosis today and does some research and types in Dravet syndrome sees that Joey's song exists in Madison, Wisconsin, and they're funding research into it. It's one less thing they need to worry about in their fight.
According to the CDC, around 3.4 million adults and nearly 500,000 children have had active epilepsy since 2015. With the storm coming, people across the tri-state area are preparing. New York City saw the first wet flakes start to fall around 2:30 p.m. today. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, residents are stocking up as road and utility crews make sure they're ready to respond. And now let's get a look at your first warn forecast.
Yeah, Jalen, it's that weather system that was responsible for the flurries and that little bit of light snow that we had, and it just takes a little bit to be impactful. Could see a couple of slick spots tonight, but then the calm before the storm, mild through Monday, and then we're still expecting impactful weather conditions Tuesday and Tuesday night with a series of more snows following that weather system. This is what we're expecting here as we go Monday night through Tuesday. We have moved the 3 to 6 inch corridor to the north. We brought a 6 inch corridor up towards Janesville and have pushed the 1 to 3 inches off towards the north and towards the west. Model indications are getting more confident that the weather system is trending to the north, has a little more water in it, and when you have more water, you have the more potential for snow. Just looking at some of the evening models here, and that trend does look like it's continuing. Definitely tune in for Jacob in the morning, and I'll be here tomorrow night to see if that trend continues. That weather system that is responsible for what we just saw out east, that is exiting, although those few flurries that we have out there are the remnants, a little bit of that moisture that the atmosphere is trying to squeeze out. Here in Dane County, maybe a flurry or two overnight tonight, but that doesn't mean that you still can't get a slick spot or two. We've had wet conditions today, and as temperatures cool down into the upper 20s, again, those sidewalks could be some of those susceptible areas. But a mild day on your Sunday is expected. Upper 20s tonight, right around 34 to 35, I should say, on your Sunday. So a treat before things turn very different by the time we get to Tuesday. It was a week ago at this point we were starting to talk about this weather system, and we're getting closer and closer to that event. The change here is that we've upped the snow totals some. The area of target for the heavier snow totals from the Wisconsin River, U.S. Highway 151, and points to the south and the east at this point in time. It could shift a little bit further to the north yet. Again, we'll see those trends here over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours if that will continue to trend northward and verify. The impacts here, the snow starts Monday night, going through Tuesday night. Wind gusts, they start to ramp up Tuesday morning of 30 to 35 miles per hour. That could cause some blowing and drifting of the snow, even though it will be of that very wet variety. When the snow starts all the way into Wednesday morning, that's where we will have those difficult driving conditions. But the plus is not expecting cold wind chills out of this weather system. Here it starts to move in here, 10 o'clock, southwestern Wisconsin on your Monday night. Moving into the area, that Tuesday morning commute will be impacted, with the snow being a bit more on the moderate side as we head towards that Tuesday evening commute across all of southern Wisconsin, especially for the areas towards the south and towards the east with the heavier amounts. Then the weather system wraps up as we go into your Tuesday morning. It's all about the track. I want to mention this here. This weather system is out over the mountains right now. Weather models don't do very well with the terrain. Once it gets out into the Great Plains, that flat surface, weather models have a tendency to really narrow in on the track. So definitely, again, tune in tomorrow morning, tune in tomorrow night and on Monday to get the latest on that track. Once we get through this weather system, another little one. Wednesday night going into Thursday with some minor accumulations, some indications Friday night going into Saturday, potentially another impactful weather event with more snow, maybe a little one Sunday night going into Monday, but we transition towards very cold conditions, which is not shocking, folks. When you have a deep snowpack, we usually are followed by very, very cold conditions. Do we have time for a few weather photos? Let's see if they pop up on the TV here. We do. Darlene, thanks, Judah. Darlene from Judah, and we've got Christy here from Muscoda showing some snow pictures. David, no snow in Janesville on the ground, but we're going to add to that, although they did have some this morning. Thanks, Julia, for another pretty picture there. Ron from the Sauk Prairie area showing the river. And folks, again, the reason why we love to show these photos is this is what's going on outside. I report the weather, but these folks are showing us what's going on outside.
Was that a possum, that last picture?
Yes.
Did I miss? Okay.
Yeah, there was.
I just need to make sure I was.
Out enjoying the mild winter weather, which is going to be short-lived because we're going to be going into a very active pattern, and that possum's going to probably want to find some cover because by this time next weekend, it's going to be very cold.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
And coming up in sports, Wisconsin basketball hosting Nebraska today and look to stay undefeated in Big Ten play. Andrew's got the highlights next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join Dr. Ashish M. Raval on January 11th at 5:30 p.m. to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free online educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Wisconsin lottery winners are everywhere in Wisconsin. Some win a little, some win a lot. Some play every day, and some win on their very first try. But no matter who they are or how they play, Wisconsin lottery players have been awarded $9.7 billion in prizes since 1988. From Spring Green to Shawano, Harmony to Hudson, you'll find winners everywhere in Wisconsin.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
After driving cattle in the 1880s, hitting the hay could be a literal experience. But some lucky cowpokes got to sack out in a brand new Sealy mattress. And after 140 years, Sealy is still delivering a great night's sleep. That's why Denver Mattress is proud to offer the Sealy Posturepedic Plus Hybrid. With cool-to-touch covers, body-hugging memory foams, and motion-reducing coils, you'll sleep cooler and more comfortably all night long. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Sealy.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
Become a certified direct care professional for free.
Being a direct care provider is a great job. It's motivation to get up and come back because somebody's counting on me.
Direct care workers are essential. They help someone with a disability be seen as a neighbor.
I really wake up every day excited to go to work.
This is something that I'm very passionate about. I want to have a career in this.
Become a CDCP today for free. Sign up at WISCcaregiverCDCP.com.
Join Dr. Ashish M. Raval on January 11th at 5:30 p.m. to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free online educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Wisconsin men's basketball came into today's game winning 9 of their last 10 games, but the Cornhuskers of Nebraska presented the biggest Big Ten challenge yet. The Huskers have been hot, but the Badgers' offense has been one of the best in the country. Chucky Hepburn, check this out. He fakes the pass and then Euro steps to get the layup to go. The Badgers would lead 51-38 at half, their most points in half against a Big Ten opponent in the Greg Gard era. And the 3-ball was the story of the day. So was Connor Essegian, who's hardly played this season. He splashed 4 triples in 7 attempts today, easily a season high on the 12 points. Badgers hit 13 threes as a team, and then later, Wisconsin leading comfortably. Tyler Wall gets his first 3 3 of the season to fall. He'd finished with a team-high 17, and these Badgers, they were explosive on offense. They win 88-72.
I thought just up and down the lineup, we got great contributions. Obviously, Connor comes in and knocks down some shots, but John, Kamari McGee, even though he played about 6 minutes, I thought they were very impactful. Just a lot of good things across the board, and happy for our guys.
You know, this is a team, when they're hitting their shots, it's one of the top teams in the country. You know, I think they were making 6 a game, and they hit 13 on us tonight, and give them credit for that. They stepped up with a lot of confidence and knocked down their shots.
And the Bucks down at H-Town taking on the Rockets. Houston jumped out to a big lead in the second quarter. 59-40 the score, but here comes Giannis, and Houston, we have liftoff. An unreal jam from the Freak. And then in the fourth quarter, Bucks still trailing, but they'd cut the deficit down to 4 by the end of the contest, but it wouldn't quite close the gap. Giannis, though, finishes with a casual 48 points and 17 rebounds, but the Bucks lose 112-108. What more could you ask for out of Mike Hastings in his first season? The head coach has taken a struggling Wisconsin men's hockey program to a national powerhouse in the span of just a few months. And today his Badgers had the chance to sweep Notre Dame in one of the toughest environments in the country. Wisconsin leading 1-0 early on, and look at Cruz Lucius. Gives the one-timer to Matthew St. Fowl, who gets the goal to go. Badgers lead it 2-0. And then still in the first period, about 8 minutes left in it. Wisconsin on the power play looking to take a 3-0 lead. And how about another one from St. Fowl, his 6th and 7th goals of the year. But the Badgers up 3-0, and they'd need all of them. They'd hang on to win it. 7-4 is your final score. And the women were on the ice, too, trying to complete a weekend sweep over Merrimack, and they wasted no time in this one. Just 2 minutes into the game, and look at Sarah Wozniewicz sneak one past the keeper for the goal. Her 7th of the season, and it would give Bucky a 1-0 lead. And then less than a minute later, about 30 seconds, Kirsten Sims decided, you know what, I'll join in on the fun too. Look at the touch pass from Casey O'Brien to set it up. The Badgers go on to win it in blowout fashion. 6-1 is your final. And after entering the transfer portal a few weeks ago, we now know the destination for a couple of key Badgers, including Rodas Johnson. The defensive lineman is headed to Texas A&M after a handful of successful seasons as a Badger, while former 5-star offensive lineman Nolan Rucci announced that he's headed back home to play for Penn State. Who could forget this big man touchdown to beat Illinois earlier this season? Staying on the football field, Jalen, obviously we can't let the people go without talking a little bit about Packers-Bears.
Huge game.
Big one tomorrow. Win, and you're in if you're Green Bay. At home, in the snow. Could you ask for a more storybook ending to Jordan Love's first year as a starter?
Absolutely, and then both teams have been hot the last 8 weeks of football, so I'm expecting it to be a really, really good game.
I'll be there, and we'll bring you highlights from it tomorrow night.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Angie. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Draws, going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Morgan Murphy Media's Madison area affiliates are expanding our community outreach efforts to attract a more diverse pool of candidates to fill current and future job vacancies. Your local organization is encouraged to assist in this effort by referring qualified applicants. If you wish to be notified of employment opportunities at Morgan Murphy Media, please contact the Director of Human Resources in writing or via email, or check current job listings by logging on to channel3000.com/jobs.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company's job is to do what's best for them, not you.
Watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it could hurt your case.
Don't trust the insurance company after your accident. You can miss out on what you really deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today.
Gruber Law Offices watched out for me and settled my case for $700,000.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $5,000 total value on LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
To those ballin' Badgers on the basketball court, Coach Gard has been pretty vocal about how he's wanted to play more of the guys on the bench. So I'm happy that a lot of them were able to get in the game against Nebraska.
Yeah, and Connor Essegian's really a fan favorite, a member of the Big Ten's all-freshman team last year. And every time he touches the court, the crowd goes crazy. Happy to see him get 4 threes to fall tonight. First time over 6 points for him this season. So he doubled that.
For sure. All right, Alex. Snow, right?
Yep, snow on the way. You bet. It's on its way. Alert day conditions for Tuesday night. 1 to 6 inches of snowfall across the area. We've been pushing the snow totals further to the north, and we may have to add more tomorrow with our current trends.
All right, well, sounds good. Make sure you guys all tune in for that. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and thank you for making it. Great evening.